Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday. December 2 indicate some major moments as another week kicks off in the land of Genoa City. Next on Young and the Restless. A character tries to settle into her new job, while a husband keeps secrets and a mother-daughter alliance is formed. What kind of drama is set to unravel on Monday? Time to dive right in. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Nikki Newman tries to get settled. E&R spoilers note that fans will be ready to dive into the GC drama on Monday, December 2, after a 4-day hiatus from the soap. After all, the soap will be preempted on Thursday, November 28, and Friday, November 29, with CBS airing sports coverage thanks to American Thanksgiving. Still, it may be worth the wait for Monday, as Y&R spoilers suggest Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, will continue to settle in at Chancellor as the company's head honcho. Of course, Claire Newman will be by her side, so it looks like both ladies will do their best to learn the ropes and dive into work. Y&R spoilers. Victor Newman's secrets. Speaking of Nikki, Y&R spoilers for Monday, December 2 hint that Victor Newman will have some secrets he's keeping. So is this about Chancellor or his vendetta against Jack Abbott? While Nikki was all in the mustache's face mere weeks ago regarding his revenge plan against her friend, it seems she's quieted up about it all since he unveiled the new Newman ranch house and given her Chancellor. As he doesn't have to worry about Nikki right now, what will Victor be up to, and will he finally lay off Jack and his family? The Young and the Restless spoilers. Big Red and Little Red team up. Across town, Y&R spoilers suggest Phyllis Summers will join forces with her daughter, Summer Newman, to find some answers. Is this about what Phyllis remembered at the hospital, or could the duo bombard Sharon Newman when she least expects it? It looks like Phyllis saw a different car or person behind the wheel that hit her when she had that flashback memory in the hospital. So will she confide in Summer about this? Fans will have to tune in to find out. What storyline are you most excited about seeing on Monday? Comment below. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Pulse Canvas. It's me, Julie, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Friday, November 29th, 2024. The hidden truths of Genoa City, Claire's silence, shaky romances, and the Abbott power play. The serene facade of Genoa City was nothing more than a mirage. Beneath its glittering surface lay tangled webs of secrets, fractured relationships, and alliances teetering on the edge. Claire's calculated gamble. Claire Newman, sharp and calculating, found herself at the heart of one of the city's most dangerous intrigues. She had long since pieced together that Jordan, a cunning and manipulative woman with a shadowy past, was back in town. The evidence was undeniable. Whispers in corporate halls, an uninvited presence at Newman events, and subtle threats that never made it to public ears. But Claire's silence wasn't born out of fear. It was a cold, calculated decision. She knew that revealing Jordan's presence would unleash chaos, dragging not only herself, but also her family into a storm of suspicion, revenge, and danger. Claire's ambitions within Newman Enterprises were too critical to risk derailing for a battle that didn't guarantee victory. "I know she's here," Claire muttered under her breath one night, pacing in her office. "But exposing her, it's not worth the fallout. Let her target someone else. As long as she doesn't cross me, I'll stay out of it." Claire's choice wasn't entirely selfish, though. She understood the stakes. Jordan's schemes were unpredictable, and if Claire played her cards wrong, she'd lose more than just her corporate aspirations. She'd risk becoming Jordan's next target. By staying quiet, Claire allowed herself to remain a step ahead, a silent observer in a game Jordan didn't realize she was part of. Billy and Sally's fractured foundation. Elsewhere in Genoa City, Billy and Sally's relationship was unraveling at the seams, though neither would admit it outright. From the outside, they appeared like any other couple, but behind closed doors, cracks were forming. Billy's inability to fully commit, paired with Sally's lingering doubts, created an air of mistrust between them. They began to keep secrets, small things at first, but those deceptions snowballed into something more significant. Late-night meetings, unexplained absences, and whispers behind each other's backs painted a picture of a relationship built on shaky ground. Sally, ever the realist, couldn't help but question Billy's loyalty. "We're fooling ourselves, Billy," she confided in a friend one evening. "We're trying to make this work, but I don't think either of us truly believes it'll last." Billy, on the other hand, oscillated between wanting to prove her wrong and fearing she was right. Their relationship lacked the foundation of trust and respect needed to weather Genoa City's relentless storms. Theirs was a love story destined to falter unless they confronted their issues head-on, a confrontation neither seemed willing to initiate. Jack and Diane's fragile alliance. In the Abbott household, Jack and Diane were locked in a dance of hope and hesitation. Their love story, marred by years of mistrust and betrayal, had reached a critical juncture. Jack, ever the optimist when it came to matters of the heart, made a promise to Diane. "No more suspicion, no more second-guessing," he said earnestly one evening, taking her hands in his. "If we're going to make this work, we have to believe in each other completely." Diane, touched by his sincerity, nodded. "I want to believe that, Jack, I really do. But trust isn't just a promise, it's something we have to build every day." Their words were heartfelt, but the scars of the past lingered like ghosts in the shadows. Diane's history of deception and Jack's propensity to overanalyze made their pledge a fragile one. The road ahead required more than words. It demanded a transformation in how they viewed each other and their shared future. Jack's vision for the Abbott family. Amid his personal battles, Jack remained steadfast in his professional ambitions. He knew that Abbot's survival depended on unity within the Abbott family, a unity that had been fractured over the years. "We need to be a family again, not just in name, but in action," Jack told Diane during a late-night conversation at the Abbott mansion. "If Ashley and Tracy return to Jabba, it'll strengthen us, and it'll send a clear message to Victor. The Abbott family is a force to be reckoned with." Diane raised an eyebrow, skeptical of Ashley's willingness to collaborate. "And what makes you think Ashley will agree? She's been at odds with you for months." Jack's expression hardened. "She'll agree because it's what's best for the company and for the family. Victor's been watching, waiting for cracks in our foundation. If we unite, we take away his power." Diane couldn't argue with his logic, but she also couldn't ignore the challenges ahead. Ashley's pride and independence, Tracy's reluctance to involve herself in corporate drama, convincing them to return would be no small feat. The unfolding storm. Genoa City was a town on the brink. Claire's silence about Jordan, Billy, and Sally's faltering relationship, Jack's vision for the Abbott family. Each thread was part of a larger tapestry, one that could unravel at any moment. Jordan's presence loomed over it all, a shadowy figure with her own agenda. Claire's decision to stay quiet might have shielded her for now, but secrets have a way of surfacing, and when they do, the consequences are rarely predictable. As Jack prepared to bring the Abbotts together, as Billy and Sally teetered on the edge of separation, and as Claire watched from the sidelines, one question remained. How long could Genoa City's residents keep their secrets before the inevitable storm swept them all away? In a town like Genoa City, trust was a commodity, loyalty was rare, and the past had a way of haunting everyone, no matter how hard they tried to outrun it. The young and the restless spoilers reveal that Victor Newman isn't giving up on the idea of Connor Newman's family being completely restored. It warmed Victor's heart to see Connor looking so happy with both of his parents at the recent Thanksgiving gathering. Of course, Adam Newman has tried to downplay any potential romantic reunion with Chelsea Lawson. Since Chelsea has repeatedly rejected that idea, Adam doesn't think getting back together is in the cards. However, Victor is a big believer in the importance of family, so he clearly thinks it's time for Adam, Chelsea, and Connor to fully repair their little unit. Thanks to all the progress he's seeing, Victor has good reasons to believe he's going to get his wish. Since the new year is just around the corner, Victor could easily make some resolutions related to his kids' happiness. Perhaps Victor will ultimately hope to seal the deal on Adam and Chelsea's remarriage in 2025. Victor was thrilled to see Abby Winters finally get her happily ever after with Devin Hamilton Winters through their nuptials at the ranch. Maybe Victor will determine that Adam should be next in line for his own blissful marriage ending. Victor feels like he knows best, so he isn't afraid to manipulate his children when the need arises. As a result, Victor might set a bit of a wedding trap as he works to push Adam and Chelsea to the altar. Whatever the case, it seems likely that Chelsea and Adam might tie the knot again down the road. At some point, Adam and Chelsea are probably going to stop fighting their destiny, so they may surrender to her marriage plans when the time is right. Based on my and our predictions, Victor's going to be proven right about Chelsea and Adam belonging together. Adam and Chelsea may just need a helping hand to figure that out, so stick with us for updates on any additional Victor manipulation. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Victor will keep working to get what he wants, so stay tuned to see if Chelsea and Adam's wedding news might be on the horizon. The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates tease Victor Newman speaks with Claire Newman, who might have questions regarding the events surrounding Kyle Abbott. Although Kyle is upset about his parents' deception, he understands that Jack Abbott and Diane Jenkins Abbott acted out of a desire to reveal Victor's true intentions. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Victor Newman was out for revenge. Victor's primary focus has always been on avenging himself against Jack, which made it easy for him to disregard Kyle. To Victor, Kyle was merely a piece on his chessboard, and Claire is likely to confront him about that in the near future. Additionally, Claire appears to have a solid grasp of the dynamics within the Newman family. Victor is unlikely to alter his ways, meaning his family must come to terms with the fact that he will occasionally resort to underhanded tactics and cause pain to others. While Claire won't turn her back on Victor because of this, she might still seek some answers and express her concerns. My and our spoilers. Victor NWMAN wants to talk about Claire Grace's romantic interest in Kyle Abbott. Victor is likely to focus on Claire's increasing feelings for Kyle and the dynamics unfolding between them. He may coax Claire into confessing that she's developing strong feelings for Kyle and is eager to see where their relationship might go. At that point, Victor could caution her that he doesn't foresee a positive outcome, at least from his perspective. According to upcoming spoilers, Victor is poised to cast a shadow over Claire and Kyle's budding romance. It seems Victor will predict potential heartbreak if Claire continues down this road. He might even mention Summer Newman and point out that a reunion between her and Kyle always seems to linger in the background. The Young and the Restless spoilers. No hope for Summer Newman. Time for Claire Abbott? Victor might initially convey a sense of hopelessness regarding Summer, only to pivot and argue that there's still a chance for Claire to turn things around. He could encourage Claire to consider the emotional toll of watching Kyle, Summer, and Harrison Abbott rebuild their family. The deeper Claire connects with Kyle, the more difficult it will be for her when that reunion inevitably occurs. On the flip side, Victor might concentrate on the potential heartbreak, warning that her relationship with Kyle is likely to end in turmoil. Upcoming spoilers suggest that Victor aims to protect Claire from unnecessary pain, but she may not heed his warnings when he shares some troubling news. Be sure to catch up on everything happening with Y and R right now. Come back here often for the Young and the Restless spoilers, news, and updates. In the latest Young and Restless preview for the week of December 2 to 6, the Mistress of Disguise is at it again. Read on for the details and watch the video below. After confessing to the murder of Heather, which she didn't commit, Sharon did manage to get rid of one person permanently. She said goodbye to the ghost of Cameron, who has been haunting her for weeks. Nick, meanwhile, couldn't help but feel something wasn't adding up and was surprised to learn from Faith that Sharon couldn't have texted Phyllis before her accident, as they were together and she didn't have her phone on her. Coming up, Chance tells Nick that Sharon's case is with the DA now. Nick replies, "Yeah, because she confessed. Something about that isn't sitting right with me, Chance. I need your help. Will Nick be able to get to the truth as to who really killed Heather?" After taking over Glissade, Jack and Diane learned it was a shell of a company, as Victor gutted it and sold off all the assets before handing it over to Diane. Diane felt Victor got the last laugh again, but Jack wasn't so sure. They also continued to work on their relationship with Kyle, and Diane made inroads with her son when she announced she wouldn't be returning to Jibot, as it was time for Kyle to take on that job. Next week, Jack tells Diane, "I have an idea I want you to consider." Could Jack have a way to get even with Victor in mind, or perhaps a new job for Diane? Nikki and Victor had a lot to be thankful for this year. They had a new ranch home, and Nikki took over Chancellor as the new CEO. Claire thrilled Victor and Nikki by making it a family affair, deciding to work with Nikki. She also managed to steal some time on Thanksgiving to see Kyle and Harrison. And what comes after Thanksgiving? That would be Black Friday, and things could get dark for Claire once again. Coming up, Kyle joins Claire, who asks a disguised Jordan, "I was just asking if we've met before." Jordan replies in a British accent, "I don't think so. Have a nice day." She walks away, leaving Kyle and Claire confused. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Nick Newman has never believed that Sharon Newman is responsible for the attack that took Heather Stevens away. Nick knows something else is going on with Sharon, and he is determined to get to the bottom of things. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Nick Newman gets too nosy. The Young and the Restless spoilers indicate that Nick knows that someone has been messing with Sharon's medication. Nick also knows that someone stole Sharon's phone and texted Phyllis Summers from it just before she was run off the road and almost killed. Nick may find himself caught in a trap of his own. Nick will reach out to Chance Chancellor and update him on what is going on with the texts. Of course, Chance didn't believe Sharon was guilty either. Chance may not be able to get involved because the case is closed once again. Nick isn't going to drop this, even if Chance doesn't help. By and are spoilers. Jordan Howard almost killed Nick Newman. Nick has plenty of resources at his disposal. Victor Newman has a full security team that could help. However, Nick has no idea that he is dealing with Jordan Howard, and now Ian Ward has joined forces with her. Jordan and Claire Newman almost took out the biggest part of the family before she learned the truth. Jordan is very good at being a master of disguises, and she is up to her old tricks again. It seems that Nick may even run into Jordan and speak with her but not recognize her. Nick may see himself as some sleuth in this case of saving Sharon, but he truly has no idea what he is up against or where he could end up. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Nick Newman reveals too much. Nick could certainly be talking to Summer Newman and Jordan, overhear their conversation about how much evidence he has here. If that is the case, Jordan will be determined to stop him. Of course, Ian will be too. Ian wants Sharon out of the way, and Nick isn't going to stop him for getting just that. Last year, Jordan struck at Thanksgiving. This year, it seemed that Christmas and possibly New Year's could be affected. However, if Chance pays attention to Nick's evidence, perhaps he can find him once Nick turns up missing. Could Nick be the reason that Jordan and Ian get captured again? Will Jordan finally pay the ultimate price for her crimes? The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Adam Newman has had many different faces over the years, but some fans have stayed loyal to Michael Money's version and still miss it to this day. Money portrayed Adam from 2009 to 2014 and certainly left his mark on Genoa City with his incredible performances. Of course, Mark Grossman currently plays Adam and has made the role his own. Before Grossman debuted as a recast, Justin Hartley also stepped in Adam's shoes for a while. Even so, Michael Money's name often comes up on social media as viewers wonder what the future might hold. Could Money return as Adam or even another character somewhere down the line? On X, formerly known as Twitter, Money addressed the possibility of a Y&R comeback. For starters, Money talked about life having twists and turns before revealing that he's a school teacher now. Since Money teaches theater classes and truly cares about his students, he's not in any hurry to return to the soap world. Money said he's in a happy place and shared how thankful he's feeling this year. That said, Money did admit that Adam was the most exciting role he'd ever portrayed and hinted about missing it. One fan posted about wishing Michael Money would come back and said that Sharon Newman needed her knight in shining armor. So let's look at what Money had to say about that. Sharon and several other cast have remained close with me. I hear about the goings-ons. Who knows? One day in the far-off distant future I'll return, but for now I have students who need me, Money insisted. It's interesting that Money is leaving the door open for a Y&R comeback, in case the opportunity ever pops up. Perhaps if Mark Grossman ever decides to move on, Money might be considered for the role again. Although Money was fired and forced out under controversial circumstances, things can change behind the scenes. It's possible that Money might get another chance to play Adam at some point. Sometimes soaps bring actors back as new characters instead, so no one can rule that out either. Bottom line, Money isn't shutting down the option of returning to Y&R, but he's content to focus on teaching his beloved students for now. In the meantime, Grossman's Adam will continue to be involved in some exciting storylines, so stick with us for predictions on his involvement in Sharon's drama and a whole lot more. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Adam could get tangled up in some Iron Ward chaos sooner or later, so stay tuned for updates on all the shocking news to come. It's where you want to be for exciting Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, news, and updates, so make us your favorite hotspot. Eric Braeden has played Victor Newman on The Young and the Restless for nearly 45 years. The actor remains a fan favorite year after year, even though Victor can be oh so ruthless. Following his battle with bladder cancer, Y&R fans continue to be worried Victor's time in Genoa City will end soon. Ahead of the 13,000th episode milestone earlier this month, Eric addressed those pesky rumors. The Young and the Restless fans will be very pleased with his answer. Speaking with TV Insider, Eric squashed speculation he's headed for retirement and packing up as Victor. The Young and the Restless star Eric Braeden responds to retirement rumors. Eric has no plans of slowing down at 83 years old. I don't want to, he told the outlet. His cancer battle proved more than ever that life is meant to be lived doing what you love and surrounded by those you love. Eric also had good news about his health, stating, "I feel very well, I really do." That doesn't mean he's out of the woods because Eric still has to get tested and be monitored. But after fighting cancer and dealing with knee surgery, the actor feels better than ever. The bladder cancer is under control, and I will have another cystoscopy in about a month. And if that is negative, then I'll be free for a while. It's never gone completely. You have to always watch, but signs are very good. The new knee is fully repaired. I do squats again and power cleans again, and all that, Eric shared with TV Insider. Eric Braeden to celebrate 45 years of Y&R in 2025. In just a few months, Eric will mark another milestone with the hit CBS soap. On February 8, Eric will celebrate 45 years of playing Victor Newman on The Young and the Restless. Although the show has not shed any light on the celebration, we know big things will be in store for the milestone anniversary. For Eric's 40th anniversary in 2020, fans were given 3 episodes of nostalgia, focusing on Victor's life, filled with many flashbacks. Since Eric's anniversary falls within February sweeps, expect it to play into whatever Y&R plans for the big sweeps month. In the meantime, the Y&R boss teased fans that there will be a lot of suspense, romance, family drama, and more to end 2024, so make sure to tune in daily. The Young and the Restless airs weekdays on CBS. The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates tease Billy Abbott is eager for Phyllis Summers to team up with him in taking down Victor Newman. After all, if there's one person who shares Billy's intense disdain for Victor, it's Phyllis. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Phyllis Summers won't back down from a challenge. While Phyllis might have her doubts about taking Victor down for good, she's never one to shy away from a challenge. It won't take much to persuade her to dive headfirst into a scheme of vengeance against Victor. However, this alliance could jeopardize Billy's budding relationship with Sally Spectra. As Billy and Phyllis reconnect, their chemistry might resurface, creating an enticing temptation. Although Billy isn't fully tied down to Sally just yet, loyal fans of Y&R are well aware that things could evolve that way soon. Y&R spoilers, headed for a heartache. Sally could be on the verge of experiencing more heartache if she decides to enter a relationship with Billy, only to find herself betrayed in the end. It's happened before. Billy is no stranger to betrayal himself, having endured it several times throughout his life, and more than likely, it won't be the last. Recently, both he and Sally dealt with the aftermath of Chelsea Lawson's and Adam Newman's unexpected encounter in Baltimore. Sadly, Billy has his own history with infidelity, having had an affair with Phyllis while she was still married to Jack Abbott. This shows that he has a pattern of crossing boundaries. Even with his brother's wife, his boundaries are clearly blurred. The Young and the Restless spoilers, the pull is strong. This highlights the intense connection that once existed between Phyllis and Billy. Might it be possible that this connection could resurface, leading Billy to betray Sally in a devastating way? It's worth mentioning that when Billy and Phyllis had their fiery moments, Gina Tognoni portrayed Phyllis. Many fans feel that the chemistry isn't quite the same with Michelle Stafford's portrayal, though a brief fling could still be on the table. Regardless, the love triangle involving Billy, Phyllis, and Sally is officially unfolding. With this development confirmed, it raises the possibility of Billy straying from Sally in the future. Will Sally come to regret her relationship with Billy? Will she fully invest her heart in him, only to face heartbreak if he chooses Phyllis over her? Be sure to catch up on everything happening with Y&R right now. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Adam Newman has had many different faces over the years, but some fans have stayed loyal to Michael Money's version and still miss it to this day. Money portrayed Adam from 2009 to 2014 and certainly left his mark on Genoa City with his incredible performances. Of course, Mark Grossman currently plays Adam and has made the role his own. Before Grossman debuted as a recast, Justin Hartley also stepped in Adam's shoes for a while. Even so, Michael Money's name often comes up on social media, as viewers wonder what the future might hold. Could Money return as Adam or even another character somewhere down the line? On X, formerly known as Twitter, Money addressed the possibility of a Y&R comeback. For starters, Money talked about life having twists and turns, before revealing that he's a school teacher now. Since Money teaches theater classes and truly cares about his students, he's not in any hurry to return to the soap world. Money said he's in a happy place and shared how thankful he's feeling this year. That said, Money did admit that Adam was the most exciting role he'd ever portrayed and hinted about missing it. One fan posted about wishing Michael Money would come back and said that Sharon Newman needed her knight in shining armor. So let's look at what Money had to say about that. Sharon and several other cast have remained close with me. I hear about the goings-ons. Who knows? One day in the far-off distant future I'll return. But for now, I have students who need me, Money insisted. It's interesting that Money is leaving the door open for a Y&R comeback, in case the opportunity ever pops up. Perhaps if Mark Grossman ever decides to move on, Money might be considered for the role again. Although Money was fired and forced out under controversial circumstances, things can change behind the scenes. It's possible that Money might get another chance to play Adam at some point. Sometimes soaps bring actors back as new characters instead, so no one can rule that out either. Bottom line, Money isn't shutting down the option of returning to Y&R, but he's content to focus on teaching his beloved students for now. In the meantime, Grossman's Adam will continue to be involved in some exciting storylines, so stick with us for predictions on his involvement in Sharon's drama and a whole lot more. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Adam could get tangled up in some Iron Ward chaos sooner or later, so stay tuned for updates on all the shocking news to come. The Young and the Restless spoilers. The world of The Young and the Restless is no stranger to high-stakes drama and family conflict, but the clash between Kyle and Victor over Claire has escalated into one of the most explosive confrontations in Genoa City's recent history. What started as a blossoming romance between Kyle and Claire has turned into a bitter war of wills, with Victor Newman determined to end their relationship at all costs. Kyle's love and Victor's manipulations. Kyle Abbott has always been a man of passion, and his relationship with Claire has brought out the best in him. Their connection is built on mutual respect, shared ambitions, and a love that Kyle thought could withstand anything. He has even been planning to propose to Claire, envisioning a future where they could build a life together. The idea of a wedding filled with the promise of new beginnings has been on Kyle's mind, and he's been scouting locations for their perfect ceremony. But what he didn't count on was Victor Newman's unwavering disapproval. Victor, the powerful patriarch of the Newman family, has been vocal about his opposition to Kyle's relationship with Claire. He sees Kyle as unworthy of his granddaughter and is determined to protect Claire from what he perceives as a mistake. Behind the scenes, Victor has been planting seeds of doubt in Claire's mind, questioning Kyle's loyalty and suitability as a partner. To Victor, the Newman legacy is paramount, and he believes Kyle is a threat to the stability and future of his family. When Kyle discovers that Victor has been speaking negatively about him to Claire, he feels both betrayed and infuriated. The man who once acted as a mentor to him has now become his greatest adversary. For Kyle, this isn't just about love. It's about proving his worth and fighting for the life he wants with Claire. Claire, caught in the middle, finds herself torn between her grandfather's warnings and her feelings for Kyle. A heated confrontation. The tension between Kyle and Victor reaches a boiling point when Kyle decides to confront Victor directly. Fueled by anger and frustration, Kyle storms into Newman Enterprises to demand answers. "What do you want from me, Victor?" Kyle demands. "You've done everything in your power to sabotage my relationship with Claire. Why can't you just let us be happy?" Victor, as calm and calculating as ever, responds with his trademark authority. "Kyle, you're not good enough for Claire," he says bluntly. "I won't stand by and watch you ruin her life. If you want to work at Jabot, fine, but stay away from Claire and Summer. You've already caused enough damage." Kyle's temper flares. The insinuation that he is unworthy of Claire and the audacity of Victor's demands push him over the edge. Words escalate into a heated argument, and Kyle loses control, lunging at Victor in a fit of rage. The room erupts in chaos as Kyle attempts to physically attack Victor. But before he can land a blow, Nick intervenes. "Kyle, stop!" Nick yells, pulling him back. "You can't attack an old man. It's not worth it." Victor, ever composed, watches the scene unfold with a smirk. "You see, Nick, this is exactly what I mean. This boy has no place in our family." Chance intervenes. Before Kyle can respond, Chance Chancellor arrives on the scene, having been called to defuse the situation. The sight of Kyle attacking Victor is enough for Chance to take swift action. "Kyle Abbott, you're under arrest for attempted assault," Chance announces, pulling out handcuffs. Kyle struggles but ultimately allows himself to be taken into custody. His emotions are a mix of anger and humiliation. As Chance leads him away, Kyle glares at Victor. "This isn't over," he says through gritted teeth. Victor, ever the master manipulator, simply shakes his head. "It's already over, Kyle. You'll never be good enough for Claire." Claire's dilemma. Back at Newman Enterprises, Claire learns of the confrontation and Kyle's arrest. Her heart breaks at the thought of the man she loves being treated like a criminal. But Victor's words continue to echo in her mind. Could her grandfather be right? Is Kyle really as unstable and untrustworthy as Victor claims? Or is this just another attempt by Victor to control her life? Claire's loyalty is tested as she grapples with her feelings for Kyle and her trust in Victor. She knows her grandfather's protective instincts come from a place of love, but she also knows that Victor's need for control has caused irreparable damage to relationships in the past. Torn between the two most important men in her life, Claire faces an impossible choice: stand by Kyle and risk alienating her family, or walk away from the man she loves to preserve her relationship with Victor. The fallout. Kyle's arrest sends shockwaves through Genoa City, with both the Abbott and Newman families taking sides in the conflict. Jack Abbott, Kyle's father, is furious at Victor for orchestrating the events that led to his son's arrest. This is classic Victor Newman. Jack fumes. He'll stop at nothing to get what he wants, even if it means destroying lives. Meanwhile, Nick struggles with his own feelings about the situation. While he agrees with Victor that Kyle's actions were reckless, he also sympathizes with Kyle's frustrations. Victor pushed him too far, Nick admits, but Kyle needs to learn to control his temper if he wants to be part of this family. Victor, however, remains resolute. To him, Kyle's outburst only proves his point. Kyle is unfit to be with Claire, and his arrest is just the beginning of the end for their relationship, Victor says confidently. Claire deserves better, and I'll make sure she gets it. The path ahead. Kyle's arrest and the fallout from his confrontation with Victor mark a turning point in his relationship with Claire. For Kyle, the challenge is clear. He must prove himself not just to Victor, but to Claire as well. He knows that his actions have consequences, but he also believes that his love for Claire is worth fighting for. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Adam Newman could be on the verge of a stunning discovery. Adam may ultimately figure out that a face from his past is back in town, so let's talk about all the action. Jordan has been complaining since she's having to go out and do dirty work when she's the one who's still a fugitive. Ian Ward, on the other hand, could roam around Genoa City freely if he wanted to. Although Ian isn't really rehabilitated, he ultimately scored his release and convinced everyone he was reformed. Ian can't stay holed up in that crummy motel room forever, so there'll inevitably come a point when he'll venture out into the world again. While wearing a disguise, Y and R spoilers say Jordan will face a close call with Claire Newman and Kyle Abbott during the week of December 2 to 6. That could leave Jordan even more fed up, so maybe she'll push Ian to gather his own intel next time. Whatever the case, Ian may eventually go beyond those motel walls and put himself in a position to be spotted. That could open the door to Adam spying Ian somewhere or even having a disturbing encounter with him. Back when Adam was pretending to be Gabriel Bingham back in 2015, he became partners in crime with Ian on the nefarious Paragon project. Adam and Ian teamed up to destroy Victor Newman and Newman Enterprises before their alliance turned sour. In other words, Adam knows all too well what Ian is capable of and will no doubt suspect he's back to cause problems. The news that Ian is a free man will surely unsettle Adam and leave him worried about what's in store. Will Adam decide to investigate Ian and get updates on what he's really up to? If so, that could prove quite helpful to Sharon Newman, since Ian and Jordan have been messing with her for months. Adam might assume Ian's found himself a new secret partner and become determined to find out who it is. Perhaps Adam could uncover Ian's alliance with Jordan and start connecting the dots when it comes to what actually happened to Heather Stevens. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Adam and Ian's history could come back into play, so we'll bring you more predictions on their eventual reunion and all the surprises that are brewing. It's where you want to be for exciting Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, updates, and news, so make us your one-stop lie and our source. The Young and the Restless legend Eric Braeden, aka Victor Newman, has once again become the talk of the town. This time, it's not Newman Enterprises making headlines, but the actor himself. Eric recently dropped a screenshot on Instagram, announcing that he is peaced out from X/Twitter. What? Yep, that's how the fans reacted to the whole thing. But it's not a permanent move, and he's just catching a breather from the X drama. Take a plunge to catch the whole tea. All about Eric's X hiatus. The Young and the Restless star stuck with his typical no-nonsense style to break the news. How so? Braeden didn't even bother with a caption, and we don't blame him. It's because when you're Victor Newman, actions speak louder than words. Fans flocked to drop some really sweet messages as soon as the post went up. One comment read, "So much hate in the world. We still love you." Moreover, another user penned, "I don't blame you. I've done the same." But what's a social media moment without some trolling? A user got nasty while referencing the Y&R actor's previous political remarks. They wrote, "Stick with acting, we don't care who you voted for." But the drama didn't stop right there, as another explosive comment went like, "Not going to support this MAGA crap. Yikes." Meanwhile, Eric's move to flee the Twitter nest comes on the heels of the growing exodus from the platform run by Elon Musk. As shocking as it sounds, over 115,000 users have packed their virtual bags since Musk's takeover. These netizens have taken refuge in platforms like Threads and Bluesky. In addition, the social media stir has pushed many celebs to log off for good altogether. Related read, Nick chases Sharon's secret. What will happen now? Just like that, Eric also couldn't stay aloof and hit the exit button, but he was not the only one. Earlier, his co-star Cameron Grimes quit the platform because she couldn't stand the hatred. Even Courtney Hope warned about the danger of being impersonated by the lurking scammers. She urged the fans to stick with verified accounts. Nevertheless, Eric may be officially out of the X scene, but Victor will remain strong in Genoa City. As the character boldly puts it, "Never underestimate me. I'll always be watching." Don't miss out on more sizzling updates about the Young and the Restless celebs over at Soap Opera Daily. What do you think about Eric's temporary break from X?